So previous class we were learning about active participants in advertising. So let's just revise quickly through the points. We had few more points to continue. Let's finish that also today. So first person who is an active person or participant in advertising is the advertiser or the company who are actually selling the products. So those people are supposed to advertise. Those people are supposed to advertise or spend money to prepare the advertisement. Okay, so that is advertiser. Then target audience, who to whom are you supposed to sell your products? So they will become the advertise or target audience. Now after that, then will be advertising agencies. Now in advertising agencies, these are companies who are involved in preparing advertisements. Okay, so these are advertising agencies, and these advertising agencies will have two options. Okay, so what are those two options? The first option, okay, the first option is to design, develop by their own team. So every company will have a advertisement team or a marketing team who will be designing the advertisements, or they can outsource it. They can send it through an outside company whose major work is only to prepare the ads. So in that outsourcing of company also, you can see a highly professional people who will be able to do the advertisements. Next, after this, it was artist. Now advertisement, whenever they do the ads, the celebrities or any other people who are there or present in the ad, they are the artist. Okay, they will be there'll be certain models who will be acting as the people in the advertisements, to make sure that the message is being given to the uh, customers. And yesterday, as we saw the natural advertisement regarding the Hindustan Unilever about conserving water, those are very natural in nature. Those are something like social experiments which are done, and the shooting is being done for that. So these are advertising production people or the artist. So you will have lot of creative people here. Now to do that shooting, the artist will be given scripts. They have to make sure they have to say the particular line only, and you'll have still photographers who will make sure to take photographs at the very important moment of the advertisement, because that can be used on the other media platforms as pictures. Then there'll be few other helping artists who will make sure the advertisement comes in a very beautiful way. Fine. So then out of doing all this advertisement, they should also make sure that it reaches the target audience. Now target audience has to get connected with the advertisement. If not, there is no use in making any sorts of ads and putting it onto the platform. So they have to be careful on which product, how they are advertising, and who are the target audience. Now the target audience can be classified into three categories here. So the one is existing or current customers who are already there, who are buying the product. So we are saying that yes, you are buying the product, you are very very precious for us as customers, so we are encouraging them to buy more. The second set of people are customers or consumers who buy and use a competitive brand. Now instead of buying Complan, they will buy Bonvita, or instead of buying Horlicks, they will buy Boost. So like this, there are competitors. Or instead of buying Colgate, they will buy Dabur Red. Or instead of buying Close Up, they will buy let's say Meswak. So these are competitors. Now when they're using competitors product, so we are saying okay, leave that product, come to our product, we will give you better services and good quality products, so that you can stick to us and help us in growing. So that is second section. The last section or the category of the target audience are those consumers who do not use any such product. So these are new consumers. Okay, these new consumers are supposed to be attracted. These new consumers are supposed to be highlighted everywhere. Attention should be given to them, so they feel, yes, we have to use this product. So we are in turn convincing the new consumers also to buy our product. So these are three major classification of target audience under the advertising participants. Then going on further is the mass media. Now mass media plays a very very important role, because they are the major people, or they are the platform creators to advertise the products or services. Both are included. When I talk about products, services are also included in that. Okay, so advertising messages are communicated to the target audience through different mass media. So we have a variety of media or various types of medias. So let's see few of them here. First is print media. They consist of newspapers, magazines, journals, handbills, etc. This list is too long, so that's why they've given etc. So here, if you talk about newspapers, which we see every day on daily basis. Now, if you consider newspapers on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, especially on Saturday, you would get, or let's say, let's take this example. On Friday, every Kannada newspaper will have an extra supplement which only talks about movies. Okay, so that is the print media. It gives out all the advertisement about the recent movies which is gonna come, or which is already released and which is running successfully. That is what is one supplement. And you'll get a supplement on Saturday or Sunday, which gives you a lot of recipes, new recipes to be that can be tried at home. Or they'll give you a lot of medicinal plants information. They'll give you information about astrology, zodiac signs. Then you will have some doctor writing a column about a health issue. Or they'll talk about any recent serial which is getting very famous, or which is on high TRP. So like this, print media covers a majority of people, because many people would love to buy newspapers and read. Even though we have e-newspapers nowadays, still many people buy newspapers and they read. Morning, there are many people who are addicted to newspapers, where they buy morning as well as evening newspapers, because you get newspapers in the evening separately also. So those newspapers are also bought. So there, if we give out, or if the company make sure to give the advertisements, then they will also get few customers. Especially if you see nearby festivals, some, let's say, Ganesha festival or Diwali, Deepavali, all these times you will get a separate supplement with full of advertisements and offers. Okay, you will have more offering than Girias, Adishwar, Chroma, then Pi Electronics. All electronics will be in one supplement. All retail shops of you can say about groceries, or supermarkets, hypermarkets, brand factory, everybody will be giving the advertisements on newspapers. Now going on to magazines and journals. Magazines also, there are page 3 magazines. Okay, the name of the magazine itself is page 3, where you will have covering of all celebrity news, and all news compared to the people into the industry, film or the serial industry, both will be uh, added up there. Okay, so then journals is where you get more information. And handbills are like the small pamphlet kinds which you get, okay, with little information, but they make sure the information reaches the people. So journals are where you have more information about other things. In between the journals, you will have the advertisements. Okay, so those are journals. So that is print media, very very powerful in giving out the advertisements. Then electronic media. Now this is playing a major role. Electronic media, this consists of radio, television, motion pictures, video, multimedia, and internet. So this was playing a major role all this time, but they're in good competition. Print media and electronic media are in good competition nowadays, because many of them does not have time to sit down, take a book and study or read or go through it. So they always opt for electronic media. So there are apps, applications where you can download each of these newspaper applications also, or altogether one application which will give you all sorts of news and information, or even in your music apps where you will have ads being included. Okay, so ads are part of every application on your mobile phone or on part of website also. So electronic media, where you have radio, they have their they make sure they advertise in between the programs. Television, television again, you have in between the most watched serial, you will have the advertisements. Okay, that slot, whichever you book for the highest TRP serial, no, that's 5 minutes, no, sorry, not 5 minutes, 10 seconds, 20 seconds will cost you more. Okay, suppose let's take for example, there's one serial which is running very very good. Okay, many of them are watching that serial on were watching the serial on daily basis. Okay, now if you want to put your advertisement in between the serial, that 10 seconds or 20 seconds will cost you more when compared to other times. So that is how all the televisions also make money, and that is how all the companies also try to advertise more and more with high TRP, uh, high TRP serials. Then motion pictures, you can see movies while you're watching movies. Again, now there was this hype for KGF and Bahubali and all that. So while those movies are being played on you know while those movies are put up onto the normal televisions on weekends, then at those times also advertisements cost more. Then other videos in between or in starting of YouTube videos, in between YouTube videos, or towards the end, in the suggestions or in the information, if you want the advertisements to be played, everywhere electronic media will help. And other multimedia and internet, you just go to Google News, you have YouTube, you have many other platforms, Yahoo, Firefox, many platforms are there for us to get the information. So that is electronic media. Next is outdoor media. Now outdoor media are handbills, stickers, hoardings, air balloons. Now these are little old, but few of them are also used even now. Okay, so these hoardings now, BBMP in Bangalore especially does not allow you to put all these big hoardings like before. Okay, there's a restriction on all that. So before, they used to put out a big hoarding throughout the city when there is any new movie which is coming out. Okay, or if it is a nearby election, you can see all of their hoardings or information about particular political party being displayed everywhere. Okay, there will also be a lot of air balloons. Air balloons is the bigger, very big balloons, which is supported by the fire and the air. Okay, so these air balloons will have the maybe the movie name or the party name being put up, and it will be, it's like this helium balloon which stays up all the time. Okay, then neon sign billboards. So no matter it is in the daytime or in the night time, you will be able to get the information. So that is neon signboards. You can find these on highways. Okay, if you happen to travel on any of the highways, you can see A to B in another 2 kilometers, or if you happen to go towards Mysore Road, then you will see Wonderla in 1 kilometers, 2 kilometers, 500 meters, 200 meters. They give all those signboards. Okay, so they are saying so many people who travel can change mind and visit Wonderla in between. Okay, so that is one of their ideas there, where they put up these billboards or signboards. Then local cinema houses, you will have lot of advertisements being pasted, like the old form of putting up the movie posters. Okay, one major scene of the movie is taken, the photo has been printed, and that will be put out throughout the city. Then transit media, again it is something like which goes like your PPT slide which keeps sliding. Okay, that is also being used. So that is outdoor media, outside wherever you use it. Then direct mail, every now and then you might get emails from banks, other websites, or if it is, let's say for example, there is a new product which has come out, and or if you have registered for any examination, you keep getting lot and lot of information about some particular thing. So that is direct mail. So even with direct mail, they will be able to catch lot and lot of customers. So here they are again attracting customers by giving them information along with certain offers. So these are the major 4 types of mass media which are used while advertising. Okay, did you all understand? Any doubts in the slide? Okay, so let's go further. These are the 2 last active participants in advertising, that is government authorities and advertising production firms. Now government authorities, they'll have to regulate the advertisements. Okay, simply they cannot leave anybody to do the advertisements, because in a country you will have all age people watching the advertisements. So in that scenario, they'll have to approve every advertisement that has been put up on the television or any media platform. So we have certain authorities who will have to check or watch the advertisement and approve it. Okay, now for suppose I hope everyone have watched any movie in the theater usually, or even on the TV while you're watching movie. First you get a certificate which is shown in the movie. Okay, then only the actual movie starts with all the names of the artist and the background people. So that first certificate which is there, that is compulsory. The similar certificate is compulsory even for advertisements. So all the advertisements also require such certificates to be assigned, or such certificates to be obtained. So let us see, the government adopts law and regulation which have direct or indirect bearing on advertisements. So we have 2 major boards or councils. So first one is Advertising Standards Council of India. The one more is ABC, Audit Bureau of Circulation. Okay, these 2 boards specially make sure what advertisements have been shown on the television, because in certain places you have kids less than 3 years, 4 years of age, who will not be knowing what they're watching. Okay, there are also teenagers, there are also adult people, there are old age people. So everybody kept in mind, if it's a general subject, it will be approved. For any other subjects which are not approved, they'll have to make sure the corrections are being done in the advertisements before getting the approval. So government authorities will have strict rules for the advertisements, and those advertisements, after being authorized only, can be put up on the television. So there are a lot of technicalities when we are talking about advertising. It's not as easy as we see on the television. Just like that, the advertisements does not come. Okay, there's a lot of process which is being done, or the back end work which will be continued. Then advertising production firms. Now there are production firms separately who prepare advertisements. Okay, they include lot of people. There are one team itself. So that team consists of copywriters, artists, photographers, typographers, producers, and editors. Now all of these are very, very important while preparing an advertisement. So directly ready team is being given to you. You just have to say the product and they will prepare the advertisements. Okay, so those are advertising production firms. Now these people are professionals and they're very, very creative. Okay, so those creative people, when they come together and for give you your product advertisements, it can be a success also. Now all the time you cannot expect the advertisement to be highlighted. Okay, few times it might go unnoticed also, but over and again if you try and improve on your product and the advertising strategies, the profit of the product will increase for sure. Okay, so these are the major 7 participants in the advertising. Any doubts until here? Did you all understand? Participants in advertising? Fine. Let's quickly go through the advantages and disadvantages of advertising. We have learned enough about advertising now. So the advantages of advertising is you can reach lot of people through many types of media, whether it is TV, radio, Facebook, or Instagram, or your TikTok, or any part of it. Okay, even the smallest of smallest apps will have the advertisements. Then choice of advertisement, which part of the video you have to show, which is very very important. Okay, which picture has to be put up on the print media or the newspapers, that has to be selected, and that will actually increase the advertising, that will actually increase your product demand, in return giving you more profit. Then legitimacy is you have to be genuine on the information that you're giving. Please don't give wrong informations on the advertisements, or don't suppress any information which you are supposed to give. So make sure the information given is genuine. So once it is genuine, people will trust the company. So from starting, if you give wrong informations, then people will say no, the advertisements are fake, so we are not going to follow it. So you have to be very very straightforward. Then expressive. Advertisements are expected to be expressive, expected to be dramatic. It has to be a little colorful based on the product. You need to have lot of effects which is being added there through editing the advertisement, computer graphics, voice modulations. Many techniques will be used, so it has to be expressive for people to know and understand the advertisement. But do not make it too complicated. Okay, just keep it simple, but it's okay even if it is dramatic. Then economy. Economy is what is the cost of the product and how much are you spending on advertisement. Okay, promotional technique, you can spend more than the product also, because both are interdependent. Now if you increase your advertisement, there are many much more chances of your product also being sold. So that is why economy of the product has to be understood. You have to make sure that whatever advertisement you are giving is also good. The best example for expressiveness, you can take the 5-star advertisement which you were getting before, that Ramesh and Suresh. Okay, that's very expressive, though it looks silly, though it sounds silly some many times, though that is expressive. And again, if you see the advertisement of Dairy Milk Silk, okay, they have to eat chocolate, you know which completely like a kid. Okay, the kid actually eats the chocolate fully, putting onto the hands and lips and the face and everywhere, onto the dress also. So that is how they wanted to express the delightfulness that you get when you use the, or when you consume the product. So that is expressiveness. Then enhancing customer satisfaction and confidence. Now whenever customer buy the product, they should be assured that yes, this product is safe. I can use this product, so there's no problem in using the product. So that is why you can see a lot of advertisements which talks about fake products and original products. Okay, maybe your chili powder advertisements, or let's say for example tea powder advertisements. Okay, so these are few small delicate things which will matter for a product to move on to the next level, or it might get stuck in the previous level only. So small detailing matters for customers, because at the end of the day, how customers feel, And if the customers are satisfied, everything is done. The product will be a grand success. Okay, so that is, these are few of the advantages of advertising. Again, an important 6 marks question. I hope everybody understood this slide. Anybody has doubt here? Fine. Now let's see the disadvantages. These are something like a namesake disadvantages, not very much you have. Let's just go through it quickly. So it's an impersonal communication and less forceful. So you cannot just hold someone and make them buy the product. That is not a right way to do it. So what you can say is, you can go give them the information. You can attract them towards the product by giving offers. You can say, see, we are giving this extra service, we are giving that product offer, this discount. We will give you coupon so you can come back later again. All these are very smooth ways to handle the customers. You can never pull them by hand, and you cannot order them to buy the product. So advertisement is less forceful. So advertisement only does the work of giving information, but it is up to customers to buy the product or leave the product. Okay, the decision makers will be customers who will be doing it. Then advertising is less effective. Many cases it happens, it depends on the product, because it is one side information which is being given. Okay, if they have any doubt, advertisements cannot clear their doubt. Okay, they have to give a certain mobile numbers or platforms where if the customer wants to clear their doubts. So advertising is one way communication. That is why they think it is less effective. Then difficulty in media choice. Nowadays it is more difficult. Before it was easy because you hardly had choices. You had only newspapers, journals, or handbills. Then apart from that, television, radio. And television was also present in only few people's home or few customers home. So everybody used to gather at one place to watch the TV shows or serials. So in such cases it was difficult, but today you have lot of choices. Just one advertisement on Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat, or you have many other platforms. Okay, today, so one advertisement in one platform, you can share it on so many platforms. Okay, if you post it on Instagram, you can also post it on Facebook. You can share it on WhatsApp. You have so much of linking being done between the applications also. So lot of choices are there, so it is difficult to choose where to do the marketing. And because you have to make sure it reaches the target customers. Then inflexibility. Sometimes it is very, very difficult to change the message of the advertisement. Suppose if they have given one message in the advertisement and they suddenly feel that okay, so this advertisement has to be revised. Okay, we have to give a strong message than this, which means they have to spend extra money. Okay, there's more time, effort, money, energy, everything has to be put up again for a new advertisement to come up. So that is inflexibility. They're not very flexible to change. Then lack of feedback. Again, since it is one way communication, so you cannot give feedback. It is difficult for you to immediately ask questions and get the answers. And for the impatience that the customers have, it is even more difficult when they don't watch advertisements. They happily change the channel and watch movie in other channel. They change back once the advertisement has been completed. So having attention or grabbing attention to advertisements is a very, very tedious task. So those are few disadvantages of advertising. Okay, so this completes the advertising, which is the first point in your promotional mix. Any doubts until here? Did you all understand? Okay, so now let's go to the next promotional mix, next point, that is personal selling. So we have learned something called as direct selling in the other chapter, that is application of information technology in retailing, we have seen what is direct selling. Okay, this personal and direct selling are little interrelated. Okay, they means a little same here and there. So let us see or learn in detail what is personal selling. So personal selling is a process of assisting and persuading the existing and prospective buyer to buy the goods or services in person. So here a person comes to home, he makes sure he demonstrates the product. He will demonstrate is nothing but giving demo. Okay, he will give a demo of the product. Now what happens, at your, you wanted to buy a water filter. Okay, you will call the company, a person will come, he will get the water filter, he'll give you demo. That particular day at your home, you will have a guest coming, or the guest is already there. Let's say your uncle and family is at your home. Now you are the existing customer, you are interested, you are calling that person. Now your uncle who has not bought this product is a prospective buyer for the company. So there is an opportunity for the company to make your uncle also their customer. So that is prospective buyer. Once again I'll repeat. So if you're selling a product to one existing customer already, okay, that person has bought your product and he's using and he wants to buy it again. Okay, he's an existing customer. There is some new person in the room who also is interested in your product. Now he will become a prospective person or prospective customer. So we also make sure to grab that person's attention and explain the product so that he has interest in buying the product and he buys the product. Okay, now when I'm talking about buying the product, it may be services or products also. You can see this personal selling in insurance sector. You will have insurance agents who on one call, even before you cut the call, they'll be in front of you. Okay, they will explain everything about the insurance policy. Suppose if there are any, they don't want any new person in your family only, they will actually say, get one insurance policy for you, your brother, parents, grandmother, grandfather, everybody, they want one separate insurance policies. So those are prospective buyers for them in the goods and services. Then it involves direct and personal contact of the seller of his representative with the buyer, face-to-face interaction between the seller and buyer for the purpose of sale. So they don't live a chance to come down and have a talk face-to-face. You call them to any place outside or to your home, they are ready to come and explain you about the product. For them, selling the product plays a major role, or that is the major activity. The personal selling does not mean getting the prospects to desire what seller wants, but the concept of personal selling is also based on customer satisfaction. This is what every company is working together now. Customer satisfaction. When you're selling insurance also, now insurance is a very easy example to understand, that's why I'm using. There are many other personal selling topics or the products also. Okay, so when you're getting an insurance policy, now once he explains you all the features of an insurance policy, you will be interested. Okay, so you will be satisfied or you trust in the company, so you'll say, yeah, I'm going to buy this policy. Now take the check or get all the formalities done. So you're showing a lot of interest here and you're also satisfied. Now this satisfaction is part one, will be while you're getting the insurance policy. The actual part begins whenever there's a situation of using that. Okay, so suppose somebody at home is not well and you are supposed to use the insurance for that, for paying the hospital bills or anything, or for medical expenses, for any such matter. Then if the insurance company is genuine enough and giving whatever it had promised, then customer satisfaction is very good. Okay, so that is the concept of personal selling. Again, very effective in nature, firstly, because one-on-one interaction happens. They immediately, if you have any doubts or anything, you can ask them. Okay, clear with the concept of personal selling? Did you understand? Any doubts in the concept? before we go into features? Okay. So let's go through features quickly and finish off until that. Okay. So features, we have 5 features of personal selling. Firstly, it is personal interaction. So that person, the sales representative or the salesman will come home. He'll sit in front of us. If you don't allow him to sit, he will stand and explain. Doesn't matter. For him, the major task is to sell the product. So there is face to face interaction. So there's no problem in thinking, okay, how the product will be. I have not seen the product, I don't know the product. All this ambiguity will be taken care of. So that is first major feature. Next, you have two-way communication. So he or she will immediately clarify your doubts. Okay, so if you have any new questions apart from the normal questions of how the product will work or how it will happen and all that, if you have any unique questions also, you can put forth to him. Or if you have any complaints regarding the previous products, you can inform him. So he will make sure he will pass on your information to the manufacturer also. So there is two-way communication happening, which is very, very convincing for the customer. So that is second feature. After that, you have better response. Now when he is explaining you about the product, he will give you full attention on you, and the customer also will pay attention and listen to the information. Same thing cannot happen in the advertising, because we already saw it is easy to change the channel, or it is easy to flip the pages if it's a media or the print media. So here, since it is one on one, you have to make sure you have to listen to the person who is coming and spending time. Then relationship, few of these salespersons make friendly relationships. Or you would be knowing a person in a store, let's say for example. Now when you go to the store, he gives you a very good service. Okay, they welcome you, they make sure they serve you coffee and tea, they show the products very nicely. So you create a friendly relation with the salesperson. So next time you go, he will say, okay, this is from my side, he has come, give him discount. Okay, so these are another feature of, this is another feature of personal selling. Better convincing. So when it is one on one, it is easy to convince the customer than it is on a mass basis. Okay, so personal selling will help you sell the product. Not We cannot say it is easy to sell the product, it is just that it is easy to convince the people and make them buy the product. So, because you're giving full 100% attention and giving them full information. So these are features of personal selling. Any doubts until here? Concept of personal selling and features?